And we'll now recognize the ranking member, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank you, and I want to especially thank the staff, if I may take a moment to do so, for the outstanding work that they have done in compiling information for us for this hearing. I think this hearing will provide us an opportunity to give some answers to many questions that are being posed with reference to Dodd-Frank. But I would like to take a moment and deal with the issue that the hearing is designed to address. Does Title II of Dodd-Frank enshrine taxpayer-funded bailouts? Stated another way, does Title II of Dodd-Frank, which is the law, does the law enshrine, which is to legalize, memorialize, perpetuate, perpetrate a taxpayer-funded bailout? As you know, bailouts are monies that go to these institutions to keep them afloat. That's the way the public views this, and that's the way I interpret what we're talking about today, the proposition that is before us. And the question is to be answered in the following manner, pursuant to some of the material that the staff has given to us, and I'm proud of this material. We have Section 214, styled the Prohibition on Taxpayer Funding, which reads, Section 214A provides that no taxpayer funds may be used to prevent the liquidation of any financial company under this title. Section 214B requires that all funds expended in the liquidation of a covered financial company be recovered from the disposition of assets or through assessments on the financial sector. Section 214C provides that no taxpayer shall bear, provides that taxpayers shall bear no losses from the exercise of any authority under Title II. Now that's pretty explicit in terms of taxpayers bailing out an institution. I would also add, and I'm pleased that my friend Mr. Sherman is here, he was very vocal about Section 13.3, and pursuant to his request, and I thank him for making these requests, we were able to prevent Section 13.3 funds from being utilized to bail out these institutions in the future. So we had this big debate about how we were going to bail out companies, and we decided we wouldn't. And then the debate became, how will the taxpayer dollars be used if they are used? And we thought that they shouldn't be used at all. That was the argument that was made in what's called an ex ante fashion, meaning that we would use funds from the industry to cover any losses, the same way we use industry funds for premiums for FDIC. If you like the way FDIC functions, you should like the way Dodd-Frank and the Orderly Liquidation Authority functions, because FDIC funds are used, these are premiums, and these premiums are an ex ante premium. That means they're paid before an event occurs. Well, because we had a good many persons who, and by the way, these were not persons for the most part on my side of the aisle, who felt that we ought to have an ex post process, meaning that the funds, if they're to be collected from the industry, would be collected after the event occurs. And that was made a part of the bill, the ex post process. Well, given that we now have this process of collecting after the fact, we also have this language that protects taxpayer funds. We can't use 313 funds. Taxpayers, while some of the funds may be used, they are not given to the FDIC. It's a loan, and the loan can carry with it an interest rate such that taxpayers will never be on the hook for a company going out of business. Finally, on this point, and I will make it quickly, in my opinion, too big to fail is the right size to regulate. That's what Dodd-Frank does. It regulates too big to fail, but it also provides a means by which too big to fail can be eliminated. There is an orderly liquidation authority, and this orderly liquidation authority has a means by which large mega companies, the AIGs of the world, can be wound down and not have an impact on the broader economy. That's what Dodd-Frank is enshrined to do. That's what the law says. And in my opinion, we have an opportunity to regulate and manage these too big to fail institutions. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
I thank the ranking member.